Hello, this is Ling Chi, brush painting for beginners from Oriental Art Supply. And today we're going to do an ink Cattleya Orchid. And I will give you some tips about how to paint with ink, give you different transparencies and variation. And the brushes we're going to use is Happy Dot, and our new brush Breathe, and Swan. These are the things I'm going to use. And then also our favorite best bottle ink, and glue it, the glue stick. And what does the glue do is to control the moisture as well as add transparency to the ink. I'm going to do like about, I would say, a quarter teaspoon of the glue, and then I'm going to add maybe 1 tablespoon of water. And then mix it with my finger. And I'm going to tilt my brush, my dish, right next to my blending dish. So what does it do to this is that I don't overload anything. And then I'm going to add concentrated ink into another dish. I also have it standing like this. So you can see that I can always use this part to load my brush and dry it so it doesn't overload. And then the medium ink, which I'm going to do the water cover the bottom of my dish, and then add so this is going to be my medium ink. You can see better from the tilting the dish up. This is the shade. So the composition is inspired by Ning's Cattleya Orchid in the 108 Flower Book 1, and has very clear illustration. And this is my finished piece. And I'm going to use the Happy Dot for the center part, and Breeze brush for this part, and then the outside paddle I'm going to use the Swan brush. And the leaves, mostly I'm using the Swan brush. If you have trouble controlling the moisture, I use the Breeze brush for the stem. But in my case, I can control it, so I would probably use this Swan brush all the way through on the bottom part of the composition. So let's get started.
What's the paper that you're using?
The paper I'm using is our P25BL, which is a 20-year-old double layer shrimp paper, and is easy, control moisture, give tremendous ink value. for this composition.
It's sold as vintage double Xuan.
Vintage double Xuan, P25BL. All right, so now I'm going to start with my happy dot for the center. And I'm loading my brush with glue water. And then this is my medium ink. Tip a little bit with the dark ink. Then load my medium ink and then tap with the dark ink, which is straight out of the bottle. And then I'm switching to my breeze brush, and then I'm going to load my so I'm going to load with my glue water and medium ink and tip with dark ink. So this is my center flower. So every petal, I'm looking for the middle of the center. And then I load the ink a little bit deeper in the dark ink. You can see how beautiful these ink values are. So I'm adding the tip to see that they are all looking toward the middle of the flower. Okay, now I'm switching to my large Swan brush. So I load the water generously, and I load the tip with glue water, and then I use my blending to rinse the brush off. So I'm also have a little bit lighter ink on the body, and then I'm going to use the medium ink in the tip. So this large petal on the side, you are a little bit go over to the top, but you think about the tip is going to end up toward the center. So I'm using one stroke to guide my stroke. So now the other side of the petal, also looking for the center. And then I'm loading some more medium ink in the tip to guide this petal into the center. And now I have 3 small petal around this flower. The first one. I'm looking for this one, so I'm thinking, guiding my fingers through this. So don't ever let your petal lose its direction. The other one on the other side, also looking for the center. So this, I finished my first flower. So there's another flower, is the side view of this flower. So that in the book, in the composition, is this one right here. So we're going to use, back to the happy dog, glue water and medium ink, tip a little bit in the dark ink. So because it is the side view, so one side is stronger than the other. So I'm going to do like this part. Like this is very even, but this one side is more than the other side. So this is a longer one, and then this is barely there. And then I'm going to do a darker middle. So again, this is a bigger stroke, and then the little stroke. And then I'm going to use the Swan brush. Glue water, medium ink. So there is a paddle on this side, looking for the center of this one. So I have one stroke to guide myself, and then the other stroke toward the center, and then all right, and then there's another one on this side, and then so it's a little bit smaller and going that way. So you can see I need to guide this stroke to this part. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to. So you can see now they are all looking for this center part. And then I will add a little bit stroke in the middle to show the center of the flower. So then I rinse my tip off, load with glue water, and then medium ink for this paddle, and now it's going that way. But then it's still coming back to the center. So then there's another this side brush, this side stroke. It's going that way. And then there's a short stroke on this way. So then I finished my side of the flower. And then now I'm going onto one of my main leaves. So I use glue water, media ink, tip with dark ink. And then this one that I'm going to coming back to the okay, now I'm going to lead the flower into my the plant. So I'm going to make the plant into a V shape to welcome the stem. So now I'm going to go here and here and here, here. All right, and then I have a light ink to add some side leaves this way, and then also here there is a big leaf coming from. And then I have a darker leaves coming in the middle. So I have here. Okay. And then I have a little leaf from this side. You can see big, little. So they're not the same. And then I have a light ink going out from here to there. Then I have a dark ink, the part fold going here. And then also from here I have I think I finished my ink orchid. And I want to note that I am not putting any of veins on the petal. That's the part very challenging for beginners, because if you are advanced painters, you can follow Ling Chi's book on how to add veins. But in my case, I'm addressing to the beginners, so I'll leave that part alone. Happy painting. See you next time.